3, 2, 1. Hello everyone, welcome to episode 2 of Movie Roll Call. Today's guest that I have with me is my friend Allie. And Allie, why do you feel qualified to be on Movie Roll Call?
I am qualified because I am a certified hater who loves to give her opinion about movies. I feel like I was not a big movie watcher until 3-4 years ago, probably around the time I met you.
When I convinced you to get AMC A-List?
Exactly. AMC, this is actually a commercial for AMC Stubbs
We're
members.
Actually evangelists, and we will be coming to your friend door.
But I think about that time is when I got really into movies and started watching all the Oscar nominations and spending my weekends. I feel like I see a movie at the AMC at least once a week, at least, bare minimum.
Maybe twice a week.
So that's why I feel qualified, because I see a lot of movies and I like to judge them.
And would you say that your tastes really did diversify once you, I mean, at least for me in my experience, I've always been big into movies, but the second I got A-List in like 2021, I started seeing stuff I normally wouldn't see because we're already paying for it.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice because you may have no interest, but it's like, oh, it's free. It's something to do since I've already paid for it. But were you big into Oscar movies before?
No,
I say Oscar movies, but
yeah, the Oscar nominations. I was like that person that saw the big ones that everybody had seen, but I did not I did not try to go see all the nominations until like 3 or 4 years ago. And I think the Oscar nominations and the AMC Stubbs membership has really made me see a variety of movies that I wouldn't have seen.
Yeah.
Horror movies and suspenseful movies were not my thing.
Yeah.
But now it's easier to convince myself to go see them if
other people are seeing them.
It's easily accessible now.
Yeah.
I love a to-do list, and so if it's on the Oscar nomination and it's not something I would see, then I would go see it because I have to check the box.
Check the numbers.
But yeah.
And you said you were a film minor?
I minored in video production.
Oh, right.
So not so much film, but a lot of camera work, audio, lighting. And so the emphasis wasn't in movies, but it was, I feel like it gave me an appreciation for cinematography.
Right.
That maybe somebody with that background wouldn't have.
Yeah. Also, by the way, I really love your outfit.
Thank you. I like yours too.
Thanks. If you guys can't tell what we plan to talk about today, we are going to be talking about 2025 and a recap of the year so far and what we have left to look forward to in the year. So I guess to kick things off, how do you feel about 2025 in terms of movies so far?
I personally think that we've had better years. When I knew I was coming on the podcast and we were talking about 2025 movies, I looked at my list and I was kind of disappointed by what I had seen. Like in terms of like 1 to 5 stars, there were very few, if any. I think there might be 1 5-star movie in my opinion, at least that I gave. It's called I'm Still Here.
Oh, right.
It's was one of the Oscar nominations, and it was probably the highest one the one that I ranked the highest out of all of them. The rest of them were pretty low, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like 3 to 3.5
Because
stars.
I'm Still Here was released in January or February in the US?
Yes, yeah. It got released because it's set in Brazil. It's all in Portuguese, if I recall. But it got released, I think, in Brazil and South America and other countries. End of 2024, it got released in the US in 2025, right before Oscar season started. So, but that one was my favorite. But other than that, I feel like they were kind of disappointing. I don't think I've been wowed.
I think that's one thing about how I the way I watch movies from a year perspective now is like how I used to treat Goodreads, which is I watch a movie, I rate the movie on Letterboxd, and then I add the movie to a list of everything I've watched in 2025. That's new,
Right.
not just things I've watched, but new movies. And so, yes, I agree that it's been a little bit lackluster, especially logging them in that way. I think we were reaching like March or April, and I was just going, there's not a lot.
Right.
But I mean, that's typically how the year goes, and then the summer flips things
you
around.
start to see the movies that are going to be nominated for Oscars come out towards the end, like the second half of the year.
Right, because right now we're in blockbuster season,
yes,
and then we'll go into more like
the
pretentious artsy season. Well, okay, so then what's been do you have a favorite summer blockbuster? Is it F1?
Yes, yeah, I think F1. The F1 racing
Yeah.
movie has been my favorite.
I was a big fan of F1.
Yes, yeah. I probably am biased because I like F1, but I think was it a little like formulaic? Absolutely. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy.
I mean, but that happens.
But it was exciting and like adrenaline inducing.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt's easy on the eyes.
I mean, and when you levy it up against what else has come out for the year, especially like the highest grossing movies, at least F1, even despite its formulaic story in some regard, it's still an original movie compared to remakes and franchise add-ons.
Yes, I am kind of tired of the remakes, I feel like, but Formula One is its own, is standalone, and I liked that as a Formula One fan. I liked that it included real drivers, I mean, it was produced by Lewis Hamilton, who's I think the most decorated Formula One driver, and I think that really gave it a leg up on like the quality of it and how similar it is to actual Formula One racing. They used real races. They filmed at real races. They used real drivers as like background actors.
Yeah. So I mean, as someone who doesn't know anything about F1, you know that I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was exhilarating. I compare it to like Top Gun Maverick, where it's not, planes and driving. They're not subjects I'm necessarily interested in, but the movie is filmed in such a way that, like you said, adrenaline inducing. It's fun. It's exciting.
Yeah. No, I think the only downfall to both the Formula One movie and Top Gun Maverick is the stupid romance storyline that had absolutely
just kind of shoehorned in there.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with anything. I could have done without those in either of those movies, but
do you think that just like adds to the like blockbuster of it all? Like they have to.
Absolutely, yes.
They're forced.
You can't have like Brad Pitt playing a handsome Formula One driver and not have him
love interest of some kind.
Yeah, have a woman that he's infatuated with. But I thought it was, especially in the Formula One movie, I thought it was unnecessary.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, I think you and I were on the same page that the use of Carrie Condon being the smartest person kind of in the movie and the first woman, was she just an engineer? Or...
Yeah, so she played, I can't remember what her character's name was in the movie, but she played the top engineer of the team. So she's the one that builds the cars.
Yeah.
Or not necessarily builds the cars like physically, but designs them and knows like the physics behind them. She is the smartest person in the movie.
Right.
The most integral person on a Formula One team, really, because I mean, if your engineer doesn't know what they're doing, then it's not going to go fast. There's going to be safety issues, etc.
Yeah.
And I feel like using her as a romantic love interest kind of dimmed her a little bit as the smartest person in the room. And I mean, Brad Pitt's character is just a driver. Most of those drivers don't know anything about physics, engineering, etc. And he was giving her pointers throughout the movie, and she was just like, "Oh yeah, you're so right."
She does at the beginning though. She fires back at him.
She does, yeah. She does try, like she does push a little bit, but then
Does he ask for the wing? I can't recall correctly. Does he ask for that
yes, and
change?
she said it was not safe, so she said no
Right.
at first,
Okay.
and then
So,
she caved and they added it.
okay.
But yeah, no, I thought like I think she was such a cool character because there's not female and like top engineers that are female in Formula One usually, and so it was really cool to have a character like her, and I think it just took
Yeah.
away from her a little bit to
Yeah.
have her play the love interest. But either way, I
Still
thought
a
it was
good
a good
movie.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Carrie Condon could play Rebecca Ferguson's sister in a movie.
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
before I watched the movie, I definitely thought it was her.
Yes.
But speaking of remakes, though, I think we did. You ever rate How to Train Your Dragon? I feel like we both did the same
Yes.
thing, and we just liked it on Letterboxd, but we didn't.
I think I rated it. Um, I think I gave it like 3.5,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly. Um, I know we have some big How to Train Your Dragon fans, but I thought it was pointless is a strong word. I'm not gonna say pointless.
I mean,
but like, what did this new movie give that the original hadn't? And we're only like what 10 years out from the original. Like I feel like it hasn't.
maybe a little bit more, but
I feel like it hasn't
earned its right.
Yeah,
to be
and the
remade.
fact that the fact that the remake is basically identical to the original.
My
Like,
my only saving grace is that it was the same director, and I think he just didn't want someone to remake his movie, which I can respect. But
no, I can respect that. But I mean, the CGI was horrific in my opinion. Yes, I hated the CGI. I think
at times, yes.
Specifically when anytime they were flying, I think it was so obvious they were behind like there was a green screen.
Okay.
But yeah, I just wasn't. I mean, I thought it was a good movie. I enjoyed watching it, but it was not a show like the first one. 5 stars, like the original, by all means,
across the board.
But this one, I feel like you were taking something that didn't need to be messed with. That was perfect all on its own, and you were trying to make it bigger
and rehashing it,
and it wasn't necessary, and you just kind of.
That's so interesting though that you call out it looking bad, because one of my takeaways was how good it looked. There were definitely times where it was cheesy, and I don't know if you saw it in a different format, but we saw it in IMAX.
I didn't see it in IMAX.
And I did think it was a good looking, especially Toothless. I don't necessarily remember the flying scenes, but I remember thinking Hiccup and Toothless were the best parts of the movie.
Yeah. No, I think the flying scenes, when it comes to like the CGI, the flying scenes is what sticks out to me the most. Is just me being like, oh yeah, he's 100% like sitting on a machine behind it, like in their green screen behind him.
Yeah.
It kind of takes you out a little bit, but I also feel like Toothless, compared to the other dragons, looked way more animated than like the rest of them. The rest of them looked like they could be real life
I'd have to go back and look, but I feel like Toothless, they maintained his actual animated design, whereas they might have switched the.
And so I think that also took me out a little bit. Was Toothless almost looks like an animated character that they put into a real like a live action movie, and the other dragons looked way more
interesting
live action to me. Not that I didn't love Toothless. And Gerard Butler, like chef's kiss, stole the show in my opinion. Like he was meant to be a Viking. Like he should be typecasted.
And he's the voice actor too.
Yes, yeah.
We haven't touched on this, but speaking of bad CGI, because I feel somewhat gaslit by the internet when it comes to this movie. I like Superman, but I don't. I've seen a lot of people saying that the CGI looks good, and I disagree.
I agree with you. I think the CGI was.
It's not the whole movie.
No. It's just that one part when they're in the. I mean, spoiler alert if nobody has seen Superman, but I feel like it was just that one part when they were kind of like fighting against the black hole, when they were in that like space.
Which I talked about in the last episode. But I think primarily it happens a few times while he's flying or fighting. There's just times where it looks a little like
Right.
PlayStation 2
Yeah.
graphics.
No,
And it was fine, but like I've heard people saying it looks good, and I
like
just can't
I wouldn't
put
say
my
it look.
stamp on.
I wouldn't say it looks good. There's way better movies with like really well done CGI, and Superman is not one of them.
Yeah.
Did I enjoy the movie? Absolutely. Was like Crypto the dog so obviously like CGI'd? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Superman. I'm trying to think of a movie that just had like amazing CGI that we could compare it to.
There's nothing out for recent.
No.
So outside of the baby and Fantastic Four, do you think Fantastic Four has good CGI? Because Fantastic Four is being praised for
Yes.
like the Silver
Yeah.
Surfer.
Yeah. Outside of yeah, I think that's a good comparison. Fantastic Four, I think, had minus the
baby,
weird
which
baby,
is like a workaround because
yeah,
the constraints there.
No, I mean rights for baby stuntmen. I think like we need more children working,
give them more hours, more pay.
There had to have been one baby that was willing to risk its life for this movie.
One parent, two parents.
Minus the baby. I thought the rest of it was like if you compare the space scene in Fantastic Four to the space scene in Superman, it is night and day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Fantastic Four had way better CGI.
Interesting. Way better.
Yes. Although I rated Superman higher in a quality of movie.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, I was going to ask that too with Summer Block. I don't know if, did you see Captain America with us?
I didn't. No,
okay,
I
so you've seen 3 superhero movies this year. For 2025, how would you, well, you just said that Superman was ranked higher than Fantastic Four from a story standpoint or altogether?
Yeah, I think I ranked Superman just slightly. Oh my gosh, they're so close. I feel like I ranked it slightly higher.
Superman's a little bit more palatable.
Yes, yeah. I think I got into Superman way quicker than I did Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four took me like the first whole half of the movie to really buy in.
Yeah. So it's like what I told Stephanie, until he barters for the baby, that's when I walked in. The whole first half of the movie on first watch, I was just like, where's this going?
No, I think it took me even longer than that. I think when they got back to Earth and all the people were like, give up your baby. I think was the part where I was like, you know
Vanessa
what?
Kirby's like, look at my baby. Not actually. She deserved to be so much more Rachel.
Son.
Yeah.
I love my CGI baby.
That really speaks to, I was thinking about this the other day, like the restraint. I feel like restraint is a theme in superhero movies sometimes where they have power, but they're using it how they want to, especially with Superman. Like, he could do a lot of harm if he wanted to. He's so strong. And I was thinking the other day about the scene where they're all mad. They want the Fantastic Four to give up the baby, and Vanessa Kirby goes out, and she's just like even toned.
Yeah.
And like appeals to the emotion, like when she deserves to be like,
just kill all of them. No, I think Superman was just a little bit more, and Superman felt like a new story to me for like a weird way. Even though there's bajillion Superman movies, like it just felt.
Did you watch them, or did you remember the old ones?
I haven't seen. I mean, I know. Like, I think I've seen the original Superman way long time ago. Christopher Reeves, but I haven't seen Man of Steel. I haven't seen Henry Cavill's Superman.
And then in a lot of people's mind, though, you're not really missing.
Yeah, no, I liked this one. Was like kind of comic booky. Like it didn't play to
real world.
It wasn't scenarios. Like Sad Beige Mom took Superman and took Superman and was like, I'm gonna color correct this.
What is the equivalent of Sad Beige Mom in like nerdy comic book movie makers? It goes back to what I was talking about, like grayscale. We were trying to ground everything.
Yeah. No, I think I like this one had like vibrant colors and it was like kind of like kitschy type. So it just
my head always goes back to the shot of it's really early on in the movie, something happens, and then they quickly swipe to setting the scene at the Daily Planet, and the way the globe is spinning and the way the shot is positioned, it felt like a Saturday morning cartoon. Like, here's your establishing location, exactly. And I love that.
And I do think that David Cornswet,
God, his name just sounds Midwest.
We love a Midwestern king, a corn-fed boy. He, I think, looked the most different in his glasses than any other Superman I've seen. Like, you put the glasses on, and I know they're like hypno glasses where anybody that sees you wearing them isn't supposed to know who you are. Like, it's not just a regular pair of glasses. But I do think that he looked the most different as Clark Kent compared to Superman than other Supermans I've seen.
So Superman edges out Fantastic Four.
Yeah, just barely.
Where is Thunderbolts in that?
Oh, at the top.
Oh, praise God.
Oh, 100%. Thunderbolts was so good. And is it because I'm in love with Sebastian Stan? Probably, but yeah, I think Thunderbolts had. I was in it from the get-go.
Yeah. Because it moves pretty.
It does, yeah, and
all three of these movies move pretty fast. The other thing that really sticks out to me about Thunderbolts is they tee up what the story is about at the beginning, and then I feel like it genuinely carries through the whole movie, and it's not just like Superman and Fantastic Four both have deeper meanings to their stories about kindness and family, but Thunderbolts, it just bleeds into the whole film, in my opinion.
And I think Thunderbolt, like the storyline of Thunderbolts and like the loneliness, depression, etc., I think resonates stronger in that movie than the other themes in the other two movies. And I think a lot of more people could compare themselves to it, like what Bob was going through in Thunderbolts, than, family with superhero or superpowers and Superman just like wanting to be a good person.
Right.
But no, I think Thunderbolts was definitely just more impactful, entertaining. The action, I think, was better than the other two. So.
Yeah. And if I'm looking back at, I know you haven't seen it, but Captain America doesn't really have like any sort of overarching message, really. It's just kind of a hodgepodge of this is what the story is. Right. The story wasn't that good, so it neither elevates or tackles what it was doing well.
No, I feel like, and I haven't seen Captain America 4, but I feel like the only good thing in that movie was Harrison Ford, just because he was Harrison Ford. Like, I don't even know what happens to his character, but
Anthony Mackie's good, and like he deserves a good movie. It's just that didn't really tee him up.
That wasn't it. Yeah.
It didn't. Yeah. Okay, so for the calendar year so far, does anything stand out as the worst, or a few worst movies that you've seen?
Well, there's an obvious answer in my head.
Okay.
The worst movie. It's Snow White. Hated that from beginning to end. Gal Gadot. Horrific.
Gal Gadot found careerless.
Yes. No, it was every time she was on screen, I was like actually cringing. Not inside, outside, and inside.
Yeah.
It was horrible to watch. I think the only like saving grace was Rachel Zegler in that film. I mean, she can sing the house down. So I mean, anytime she's singing in a movie,
like everyone's mad at her for the wrong reasons. I'm mad at her for just accepting that project.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think I mean, I don't even know why they would be mad at her, but I think she did the best she could with what she had.
And it just doesn't do any favors for her talent. Like,
no.
Hunger Games is an incredible movie, blending her acting and her singing.
Right, and she did. I mean, like she's done some amazing projects, like West Side Story, The Hunger Games. I mean, she's been on Broadway. She's did Romeo and Juliet, which we've seen her in. She was phenomenal. She's currently playing, or she's in Nia Evita.
She sings the
musical.
Argentina line
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the balcony.
And so she's in some like amazing projects, and I think that Snow White is just a black cloud on her.
A fluke.
Yeah, I think Snow White was my least favorite that I've seen. If I was looking at the ones that just came out in 2025, Snow White is my least favorite. By a lot, actually. I think I only rated it like 2 stars, if that.
Which is honestly more generous. When I look at, I think I looked at it yesterday in preparation. Snow White, all of my mutuals, 1.5 stars.
Yeah.
The highest being some of our friends who can rate things more optimistically sometimes,
Yeah.
which is, it can be a value in of
Right,
itself.
yeah,
But
no,
I think I
that
gave it
is
2.5. So
unfortunately no, I wouldn't say it's a flaw of mine because it's not, but I don't go into movies with an optimistic mind. I feel like I'm going into critique.
Yeah. I maintain a balance because, like, especially when ranking it on a star, especially out of 5 stars, I'm thinking about it in terms of percentage. So even if a movie is bad, usually I'll give a movie, 2.5 stars. That's a 50%.
So
that's bad. 50% is an F. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I know this isn't like necessarily just 2025 movies, but what's your lowest ranked movie on Letterboxd right now?
If I DNF a movie, if I don't finish something, which is like a true crime to me because I can finish most.
Yeah,
films.
It has to be real bad to not.
But I'm trying to limit. Like, I think last year I was playing a numbers game, like you said. Like, sometimes with hobbies, it can be, oh, I want to like watch as many as I can or read as many books as I can, and can take a little bit of the fun out of the hobby you're engaging in. So this year, my goal, while maintaining that I love to log things, I'm trying to limit bad movies that I watch, because there are movies that I watched last year. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be bad, and then I still watch it.
I can remember you coming, like me seeing you after the weekend, you being like, oh yeah, I saw this movie, and I'm like, why in the world did you subject yourself to that?
Yeah. So I think sometimes I've given low scores to movies that I have high expectations for, and then I do not finish. I think that's what puts it at the lowest.
Okay.
So if I had to guess, I'd say that my lowest ranked movies right now are Argyle, Electric State, and the Pop-Tart movie, whatever that was.
The Pop-Tart movie?
Unfrosted, that's what it was.
Oh.
I couldn't finish Electric State. It was so bland, so boring, and egregious amounts of money were spent on it. And then Argyle was one I know you guys weren't interested in at all.
Yeah.
And I
saw the
get
trailer
that.
and was like, no, thank you.
I totally understood why you guys wouldn't be into Argyle, but I think I watched the trailer and the cast like looked good and it seemed like a fun concept. And then I got 30 minutes into the movie and was like, nothing has happened. I think we got to the 50-minute mark and nothing had happened still.
Right.
And so that one I rated pretty low.
Yeah. My lowest on Letterboxd is Cocaine Bear. And I stand by that. I think it'll be my lowest for a very long time.
See, we're not going to agree. And I'm not saying I liked Cocaine Bear. I'm saying that Cocaine Bear at least knows.
No, just admit it. You're a Cocaine Bear stan.
Cocaine Bear knows what it is.
Yes.
And so in terms of a campy bad movie, yeah, it's not great, but it probably earned more than a 1 star for me. But it was low. What was that, 2024, 2023?
Yeah, 2023, I think.
It was
maybe
close to the bottom, if not the bottom.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it might have been 2023 because that and Cabin at the Woods, I feel like.
Oh my gosh, Cabin at the Woods, Knock at the Cabin.
Knock at the
what is it? Knock at the Cabin in the Woods.
The M. Night movie.
The M. Night Shyamalan movie about the 4 horsemen. That one is my second lowest.
Oh wow!
So, and we saw those pretty close together.
We did. So back to back.
I'm surprised I still am willing to watch a movie.
Yeah. I think that's right around when we started this tradition. I don't know if you think about this in the same way, but we kind of like created our own little culture with our friend group around movies. But I don't remember like a start date.
Right, like
it
a
just,
certain
like,
movie
started
that
happening.
I'm trying to think of the first movie that we saw all as a group, like the big group of us that went to see one. Other bad movies, I feel like this is a hot take, but The Materialist is like the next lowest for me in 2025.
Next lowest.
Yeah, if I look at my like Letterboxd ratings, Materialist is. I mean, it's not nearly as low as Snow White. I mean, there's definitely a big gap.
Well, what'd you give it? Like 3 stars?
I think I gave Materialist
2.5?
either 2.5 or 3.
Yeah.
And I gave Snow White like 1.5 or 2, or something like that. But I was not impressed by Materialist in the slightest. I felt bamboozled by the rom-com advertising, and it is not there's definitely romance, but there's no comedy in it.
Yeah. Very, very, very little.
Yes.
If there is, it's like, it's kind of niche. Like, you have to be in it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when they put the bear in the comedy TV show category. It's like there's nothing fun about the bear. They're just like all going through it. That's how it felt with The Materialist. Like it was more like romance drama. Yeah. And I think it touched on some pretty important topics, like how dating nowadays is people taking other people at like market value.
Yeah. There's interesting themes. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I just think that I went into it expecting something and did not get that.
Right.
And I think I went into it expecting a rom-com and didn't get that, and so I was not happy when I left. And I think also like Celine Song, who I think directed Materialist, did Past Lives. Have you seen Past Lives?
Yeah. And wrote both of them.
I've only ever seen Past Lives, but Past Lives is like a phenomenal movie. It's an Oscar nomination. Celine Song made Past Lives, which I love. Past Lives. I think it's an Oscar nom.
Right.
It's, I think, beautiful from beginning to end, and Materialist, I think, it does not hold up compared to her other films.
I think they're both quiet and very subtle in their themes, and so you can input a lot of your own thoughts and feelings onto what the movie is trying to say. Mm-hmm. But then Materialist mixes in all of these other...
Right.
You have assault, you have rich versus poor, you have what does it mean to be in love. Like, you have a lot of heavy themes while she's trying to convey them like both subtly and on the nose at the same time.
Yeah.
And there were some things that really stuck out to me in terms of the writing, and I think that's what intrigued me and made me like the movie on the first watch. And then I still, even though it hasn't been that long, this was probably one of the weirdest movies I've watched and then rewatched, because I watched it, I liked it, I rewatched it, and I was like, wait a second. Before anyone in our group had even said anything.
Yeah.
I think, what did I say to you guys? Like, I'm really confused because I don't feel like I liked that time.
Right, yeah. I remember you being confused when we left.
But that's actually happened a couple times this year where I'm on a second watch, I'm actually rewatching the movie in a different way. I
mean, didn't you feel the same way about Superman?
It was the opposite. Yeah. Superman, I watched, and I went in very excited. I had high expectations, but I think I was also hesitant of like James Gunn's humor style, and so the second it started happening, where I could tell that this was like a James Gunn movie, I like got a little bit more defeated, and then I don't know. By the end of it, I was just like annoyed for some reason, and then I watched it the second time, knowing exactly what the movie was, and I enjoyed it a lot more. I still have grievances, but mostly around characterization.
Yeah. No, I think going back to The Materialist, I think that it also, I do think it touched on like really important themes, like with the sexual assault, the market value of dating people nowadays, just a lot of heavy topics. But I think it almost tried to do too much.
Yeah.
In one movie, and I was like, okay, so what is this movie? Is it the movie about the love triangle? Is it about dating in 2025? Is it about, sexual assault? Like, what is the theme here? And I feel like it jumped around
a little too much.
A little too much for me. So Yeah, if I think of the worst movies, I think Snow White and Materialist are the ones that I liked the least.
Are there any specific, like, I don't necessarily think that indie film is the right word, but are there any movies you feel like you've seen this year that deserve more attention than what they got?
Trying to think. I feel like I'm trying to think of movies that I just really, really enjoyed that I feel like we just went past very quickly. Warfare, loved that movie. I feel like it did not linger as long as some of these other 2025 movies.
No.
Talk about, I mean, it was an hour and a half of pure like adrenaline.
Yeah.
And I don't know, for some reason I really enjoyed that one. I think that was the point. Like that was the point they were trying to get to, was that you're gonna see nothing but like the truth for an hour and a half. And I think they nailed it. Like what they were wanting to do. I'm trying to think of some other smaller or like lesser known films. We saw, is it A Very Nice Indian Boy?
A Nice Indian Boy. That was kind of on my list. That stands out. I think it's still my top 10 for the year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, I think and I factor in like original stories.
Yeah. That one is very
I also almost ranking movies for the year and what's close in proximity to other movies helps me figure out sometimes the score of other movies.
Yeah, no, for sure. Sometimes I'll like leave a movie on a high and rank it something, and then I go back and I compare it to some of the other movies that I ranked that same like number of stars, and then I'm like, okay, no, you didn't like it near as much as you liked this 4-star movie.
Right. That's where I'm currently at. I looked at it the other day. I gave Black Bag and Mickey 17 4.5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Now, retroactively, that I've seen, all these summer blockbusters, and I gave Superman and Fantastic Four a 4-star. I was looking at them next to each other, and I was like, but would I rather rewatch these movies over these two movies that I ranked higher? Does that impact my score? Do I still think they're better movies but enjoy the other two more?
Right.
And does that impact where I put? Not that it's like a huge deal at all. This is just like
a
fun hobby.
We're both of us are the type to read way too much into
dig our own hole of
any hobby.
It sounds like we're miserable. We're actually having a lot of fun.
Yeah. I am having a great time.
Yeah.
But no, going back to A Nice Indian Boy, I feel like it's comparable. Another movie that we both watched this year was The Wedding Banquet, or A Wedding Banquet, whatever that film was called. I feel like they have very similar storylines where like there's a gay romance. One is far superior. A gay romance and a wedding and like family dynamic and like a cultural dynamic. Like both in both those movies, the couple that are in love are trying to appease the older generation of one of their families. And A Nice Indian Boy was so much better than A Wedding Banquet.
And I almost based A Nice Indian Boy around my feeling leaving the movie, which was just like joy and appreciation for what that film was. But then, levying it against The Wedding Banquet is just like, okay, that one's like, kind of a weird movie.
And I understand that The Wedding Banquet is kind of like it's not supposed to be like set in realism, because I mean it's more like it's like Shakespeare play, right? Where like the Shakespeare plays are like so out there, like they wouldn't happen in real life. But you have all these dynamic characters who are living in a house together, and it almost gets too chaotic, too like ridiculous that it makes you just like
turn off.
Yeah.
I mean, because we talked about like how they don't handle the emotions in that film correctly. Like big things happen that are like traitorous decisions.
Like one of the couples sleeps with, I mean, spoiler alert, but like one of the couples, like the two couples,
half of each couple sleeps with the other person of the couple.
And they have a baby.
and they have a baby, and then they just kind of breeze past
if my
it.
significant other slept with our best friend and like got somebody pregnant, I would burn houses down. But
And, yeah,
they're just like a big happy
relationships
foursome
would be
by
over.
the end of
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
No, it was
not great.
no, but yeah, Nice Indian Boy was definitely one of my favorite like lower, like lesser known movies.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some of mine.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like my letterbox.
Companion was pretty good. I don't think you saw that one.
Mm-mm. Friendship. Speaking of
Friendship.
the word companion reminded me of friendship.
Oh God.
Friendship deserved more. I love Friendship.
I genuinely don't know that I'll ever watch Friendship again. Maybe for the final scene, but Friendship, if you haven't seen it, is a very hard, uncomfortable watch. But that's what makes it fun in its own way.
It's for like if you're a Tim Robinson fan, you would love Friendship, and it's like a take on male. I mean, it's commentary on male friendship and male like loneliness, and it's basically these two guys who, one of them, they both want the same thing. They both want to be cool. Yeah. That's the goal, is to be cool to your friends. One of them, which is Paul Rudd's character, has figured out how to do that. Yeah. And he is worried that like people will catch him out on his uncoolness, like the parts of him that are uncool, like his hairpiece that he wears and stuff like that. Yeah. And then you have Tim Robinson's character, who wants the exact same thing, wants to be cool, wants friendship, male friendships, but is so freaking bad at it that he it's comical.
He's like, also what's the word when you have the people at like carnivals and like a caricature? Yeah. He is like very caricature. I mean, he's borderline. If you watch it with a lens of realism, he's like psychotic. Yeah, you're like, you're crazy. No, like, and that's what makes it uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, it's cringe comedy, and I think that's what Tim Robinson does best. And if you like cringe comedy, you would eat this movie up. Yeah. Which I'm a big Tim Robinson fan. Like, I think You Should Leave on Netflix is one of my favorite TV shows. But yeah, I think I think that was the whole point, is like male friendships, how like men really try to look a certain way to their friends because they feel like they have to like be a certain type of person. Yeah. And it's like,
because a lot of times you don't think that women get the rap for being like more shallow in terms of looks, but there are a few select things about men that will drive us crazy.
It's more subtle.
Like no guy wants to lose their hair.
No. Yeah, I feel like it's more subtle with men than women. Like they're better at hiding like their desire to.
Because normally it's a pretty normal thing that, not wearing as much makeup or not doing a lot to our hair. It's literally just the matter of having hair or not having hair. Right. Which is a very like palpable line drawn in the sand.
There's no gray area. It's black and white. Yeah. And I think like Craig, which Tim Robinson's character, I mean, it's very much a suburban, he has a 9-to-5 job. He has a wife and a teenage son. Like he's very like the everyday person, with the exception that he is psychotic and like he is so dead set on being the cool guy that it gets him in the most obscene like scenarios. But no, that movie deserved more than Oscar nomination, Best Picture. But yeah, no, Friendship was so good.
Yeah, insane. Okay, so I have a list of the highest grossing movies of 2025. Okay. But they are unranked, and I want you to try and take your best swing at ranking them from how much money they've made to date.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
How much money they've made to date?
Yeah, so if they're out of theaters, then they're pretty much set in stone on what they've made.
Okay.
And I filled in the top one because this is an animated foreign film that neither of us
As I
have
say,
seen.
I have never heard of that one. Okay, hold on, I gotta think about this. Jurassic World, Lilo and Stitch, Captain America 4, Mission Impossible, Thunderbolts, Minecraft movie. Oh my gosh, the Minecraft movie.
And this is worldwide.
F1, Superman, How to Train Your Dragon. Okay, I'm gonna put dead last. Captain America.
All right, so Captain America is in 10th place.
Yes, mostly because like I haven't seen it. I heard it didn't do very well.
Yeah.
I have the people that I know that have seen it don't have good reviews, and so I'm just assuming it tanked. Poor Anthony Mackie. Sorrows. Okay, so Captain America, and then I would say above Captain America worldwide, I'm gonna say Lilo and Stitch.
Okay.
Also haven't seen this one. What is with Disney and their live action movies? They're turning everything into live action nowadays.
The way of their world, I guess.
Yeah, no, would deny. I mean, the original Lilo and Stitch is phenomenal, but
I mean, it's the exact same story as How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, it's a carbon copy of the original. And the original, I mean, the Lilo and Stitch movie is older than How to Train Your Dragon for sure, but it just seems unnecessary. Let's see here. I'm gonna put the Minecraft movie at number 3. I'm not gonna give it my number 2 spot. AMC was a very scary place when Minecraft was out. Very scary. Crawling with children. And they had that weird, what's the chicken catchphrase that people say about the Minecraft movie?
Chicken jockey?
Yeah.
Which I still don't get it. But yeah,
me neither.
AMC had
like,
posters outside.
It's chicken jockey, and there were like 8-year-old boys like yelling that to each other, and I felt unsafe at the AMC for a bit. So I'll rate it number 3, but just because I like saw hordes of people like in real life going to see it.
Yeah.
I don't know how it would do internationally, but who knows? I'm gonna do. Let's do the F1 movie. Formula One is a very international sport. Like most of the races don't even happen in the US. I'm gonna put the F1 movie at 6.
Okay.
And then let's do the classics. I feel like are going to be higher. Like Mission Impossible, we'll put at 5. These are ones that, like the ones that have been around for a long time, or like they're a sequel to a classic. I feel like people would be more likely to see.
Yep.
Who doesn't like to see Tom Cruise in his middle tooth? Have you heard that?
Yeah, no, I see it.
Everybody go look up a picture of Tom Cruise. He has one tooth that's dead center in his face. Jurassic World, I'm going to put, God, I love Johnny Bailey, but I don't think it did. I'm going to put it, wait, no. Yeah, I'm going to put Jurassic World at 7. And then, oh my God, who's going to be my number 2 and my 4? I'm between, so 2 and 4, I'm between Thunderbolts and How to Train Your Dragon. Superman, I think, is 8. I'm going to let my bias blind me and put Thunderbolts at 2. And How to Train Your Dragon at 4.
Okay, so in your order, we have Thunderbolts at 2, Minecraft at 3, How to Train Your Dragon at 4, Mission Impossible at 5, F1 at 6, Jurassic World at 7, Superman at 8, Lilo and Stitch at 9, and Captain America at number 10.
I feel very strongly about that.
Okay, so I will say that The only one you got right. Some of them are close. The only one you got right is Minecraft.
Okay.
Minecraft is the third highest grossing movie of the year.
Those children.
Yes,
earn them a lot of money.
Really what it comes down to is that I guess children and family have been dominating the movie theaters. I guess specifically with these remakes and so forth, because I guess the parents can be a little invested since it's an IP they know of.
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch, came out when we were little, and people
so
our
it hits
age
every
who have
demographic
children
basically.
are like, oh yeah, I absolutely want my kid to enjoy Lilo and Stitch like I did.
So Lilo and Stitch is actually number 2.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I wish Thunderbolts was at number 2.
I would have never expected. Okay.
Yep. So Lilo and Stitch is at number 2. Minecraft is number 3. Jurassic World is at number 4.
Go Johnny Bailey.
Jurassic World is at number 4. How to Train Your Dragon is at 5. So
I just got those.
Literally all the remakes.
I was one away.
At number 6, we have Mission Impossible. Okay. At number 7, we have Superman. So Superman is climbing.
I was so close to some of these.
Yeah, Superman might be done. I don't know if it'll go higher in the list. F1 is at number 8. Captain America is at number 9. And Thunderbolts is at number 10. Yeah, it's egregious. It's egregious.
That is... Somebody call the police.
So to put this in perspective, I mean, halfway through the year, and Marvel's 2 biggest films of the year, we don't know where Fantastic Four will land. I don't know if it'll reach the top 10 list, but Captain America and Thunderbolts are close to being edged out of the top 10 list anyway, especially with Wicked coming out, with Wicked. Avatar 3 coming out. Mm-hmm. Like, we're in a year where Marvel might not be cracking the top 10.
See, I think Captain America has no business being even in the top 10, but...
Yeah. I don't know if it's the order.
The fact that Thunderbolts is the bottom is so sad. But I think also people probably went... I mean, Captain America is a familiar name.
Yeah.
Like,
and Avengers is a familiar
even
name.
If you aren't a Marvel fan, you don't care about superheroes, everybody knows who Captain America is. It's like Batman.
Yeah.
So I bet that a lot of people went... I mean, because I guess this list doesn't mean people left happy. That means just that they went in the first place.
Yeah. And people question whether the order of releases between Captain America and Thunderbolts would have changed things. Mm-hmm. I don't necessarily think so. Thunderbolts isn't a household name.
No.
They weren't playing off of the new Avengers title yet. Mm-hmm. It's a ragtag group of heroes, none of which have been leading. None of the heroes
are household names by any means.
So yes, it is the best superhero movie of the year, but it is number 10 on the highest grossing movies of the year.
I'm disappointed in the human population.
Me too. But I guess kids are reviving the movie theaters.
Good for them, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So looking at the back half of the year, for a second I thought that there weren't too many more big releases. Like, I was kind of underwhelmed, but I did look and I isolated what I'm excited for, and it is a little bit longer than I expected. But is there anything off the bat that you are anxiously awaiting in the back half of 2025?
I feel like the one that comes to mind immediately is Avatar, the third Avatar. I was one of those people that refused to watch Avatar just because I was like, I don't want to see a movie with a bunch of blue people. Like the Smurfs did that years ago. Why are we?
And then you were converted.
And then I watched both 1 and 2 in the same day. It was like 6-7 hours worth of Avatar, and loved every second of it. And so I'm excited where they're going to take the third one.
Yeah.
Because the second one was like horrifically sad. I feel like towards the end, and so.
And speaking of grossing, so Avatar is the highest grossing film of all time.
Right. Yeah.
Avengers Endgame is the second.
Makes sense.
Avatar 2 is right below it at number 3, and they're re-releasing Avatar 2 in October, which I feel like can be a little controversial, but it gives it another opportunity to boast its box office numbers.
I feel like you shouldn't necessarily be able to count re-releases into your box office count, but
we'll see if it edges Endgame out.
You know, if I were, who's the guy that makes Avatar?
James Cameron.
Yeah, James Cameron. If I for him, I would just be re-releasing Avatar all the time.
Yeah, I don't know if there's rules around that, but I know that Avatar has been re-released a few times. Sometimes they'll do like the back-to-back watches.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, I did isolate what movies, a few that I'm excited for in each month. So in August, I'm like iffy on it. Freakier Friday, like I'll go see it, but I'm not like.
It feels like and it's not a remake, but it is a sequel that, like, Freaky Friday is gold. Like, it doesn't need to be touched.
And they're switching there's 4 characters switching.
Yeah,
and in my head I'm like, that's a lot to keep track.
Yeah, so it's I'm with you. I'll go see it, but I'm not expecting anything fantastic.
Yeah. Next for August I have Honey Don't.
Yes.
It's not like my typical like anticipating a great movie, but Chris Evans as a crazy,
as like a
hypocritical
cult leader,
cult
preacher,
pastor, I will be sad.
No, I'm excited about Honey Don't solely because it's directed by one of the Coen brothers, and I mean, they don't work together so much anymore, but when the two of them did work together, I mean, some of my all-time favorite movies are from the Coen brothers, and so I'm excited to watch a Coen brother movie.
Yeah.
At least one of them.
And then also on the list is The Roses, although I will say I'm getting slightly over the trailer.
Yes. No, me too. I feel like they released a trailer, like, either they released it too early or they overplay it. But
they play it in big movies and small movies, is what I've noticed.
I feel like I've already seen the movie.
Yeah.
Because I've seen the trailer so much. But yeah, no, I'm with you. But I do love all the actors in that movie. And so I am excited to see that one.
Yep. September, I have Twinless, the Dylan O'Brien movie, and then Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey with Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
It looks interesting. It definitely looks like I don't know if it's based on a book or anything, but the concept looks decently original. Might be a little dramatic. October, it's kind of a weird month, but I put Tron, and I don't know if you've seen the original Tron. It's not like one where it's like, that's a great movie, but it is fun in the sense that it's fun to look at, and two, I think the like video game action is just really clever. I think it's cool. And then I put The Smashing Machine. I could care less to watch Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, but every time I see the trailer and Emily Blunt puts on this, like, I don't even know how to describe the accent. The high-pitched feminine voice she's doing. She just seems like she's transformed, and I will be watching it solely for her.
I don't know if I probably will see it just because it looks interesting, but I think that it's going to be like, when I think of wrestling movies, I immediately think of Iron Claw, and I don't think it's going to touch Iron Claw with a 10-foot pole. Like,
probably not. If you haven't seen Iron Claw, probably my favorite movie of 2024.
Yeah, it came out last year.
November, though, I'm very excited for. I don't know anything about the plot for this movie, but Die My Love with Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson. How could you go wrong, honestly?
Right.
The Running Man. I feel like it'll be a fun action movie, and
that's
I'm
the
not
one
opposed
with
to seeing Glenn Powell.
Yeah, Glenn Powell.
Although his eyebrows in that movie are like wild. And then I don't know if you're still on the train after seeing the first one, but Wicked Part 2. I am someone who doesn't know a lick of what I know, like 2 things that happen in Wicked Part 2, but aside from that, it'll be a fresh story for me. So I am excited for Wicked Part 2.
Yeah, probably a hot take, but I am
more hot takes.
Not a Wicked fan. I've seen it on stage. I've seen the first half of the movie, and neither time did I really enjoy myself. I think the story is a little lackluster.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think the actors in Wicked, like Ariana, Jonathan Bailey, etc., I think are phenomenal, and like they're perfect fits for the roles that they're in. But just the story itself, I have never really enjoyed. Yeah. And so
that makes sense.
I'll probably watch the second one though. It's got Jonathan Bailey.
You kind of have to.
I do know what happens at the end of Wicked. But yeah, no, I think it'll be I think it'll be good.
Yeah. And then December, the only one that I saw really anticipating that's big is Avatar 3.
Yeah.
Which is around Christmas, so I feel like that will be a pretty big.
No, that's the one I'm probably looking out of the ones you've named. That's probably the one I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess so in summary, 2025 hasn't been the most like, wow. Oh, we didn't even talk about Sinners yet. And I know that you're not like.
Sinners was.
It's outside of your normal wheelhouse for sure, right?
It was so close to a 5-star. It was so close.
For you.
For me, yeah.
It is a 5-star for me.
And he's wrong. Sinners is, like, I'm Still Here, I think is the only movie I've ranked that came out in 2025 is the only movie that I've ranked 5 stars that I've seen this year. Now there's some 5-star 2024 movies that I didn't watch until this year,
right?
Like Nickel Boys and a couple of the other Oscar nominations, but Sinners is second, I think, if I were to list my favorite movies that I've seen this year.
And why? I mean, obviously you don't have to justify it being how you've ranked it, but what holds it back in your opinion from being better? Where's the disparity between you and maybe other audience members who love it?
Yeah, I think it again comes down to like too many storylines all in one thing. Like I feel like too much was happening at certain points. And I don't know, the vampire aspect of it, like, did not pull me in as much as I wanted it to. I mean, the vampires looked like they were having a great time in that movie. Like the songs that they were singing outside while all the other people were stuck in the barn.
Allie would become a vampire like solely just the Irish jig.
Yeah. 100%. I feel like, and I think I would do it and then try to overthrow the vampire leader immediately.
Because they were a little wishy-washy on how like hive mind to the main vampire are you? Because it seemed like some of them had a little bit of free will, but then not so much.
Yeah.
And Mary runs off before the guy's even dead.
And I do think it's interesting that, like, I mean, the main vampire guy had been like ostracized, like the I can't remember their name. Oh, Smokestack, right? Smoke and Stack. So like he was kind of like, it could relate to them in some ways because he had been driven out of, I think he was Irish, right? And he'd been driven out during like the UK taking over Ireland back in the day. But I just think that there were too many storylines. I think that the story, I mean, you had the vampire storyline.
Yeah.
You had, I can't remember if it was Smoke or Stack, but one of them was married to the witch doctor lady who
Smoke.
They'd obviously had lost a child.
Yeah.
So you have that storyline. You have the storyline with the other twin and Mary, and then you had the cousin who obviously's dad is a pastor and is trying out like his own, is trying to become his own man. Like there was just so much happening.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I think that yes, it all came together at the end, but I think I wish that some of the stories were probably like not included, and then we could have fleshed out some of the other ones a little bit more. Also, the jumping that the vampires did in that movie
is so good.
Horrific.
No, it's so good.
It's so bad. I'm like, what in the Twilight are we watching?
No, it kind of like brings it back to early age horror vampire, like with a touch of camp, like it almost.
Now, I mean, like I mean, it was a phenomenal movie. Don't get me wrong. I just have a little bit of like when I compare it, and I think it comes down to, it could very well have been 5 stars, but for me. But then I compare it to I'm Still Here or Nickel Boys, where I have no notes.
See, but like for me, Sinners is a no-note movie in comparison to.
And like I like it, and I would watch Sinners again.
Yeah.
And I mean, the music in it was phenomenal.
I mean, regardless, you still gave it a very high score.
Yeah.
I think you're just.
But when I compare it to the other movies that I watched that I rated 5 stars. I don't think it compares. So,
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, Sinners was definitely up there.
Yeah, it's top of the list for me, even though I think it comes back to Sinners probably isn't like the movie I want to rewatch continuously for the rest of the year, but it, from a technical standpoint, story standpoint, it's one of those movies where I just can't deny, like, oh, you're number one for the year.
Yeah. I think it definitely could be like when I know it got released really early in the year, but I think when award season rolls around, I think it very well could be nominated for some things.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's best picture worthy. It might be, but.
And speaking of achievements, if we had made this highest grossing list 2 weeks ago, Sinners was still on the list and was only edged out because of the superhero movies.
Yeah.
But it made buku dollars for an original horror movie, which is
and
a plus for filmmaking.
I definitely appreciate that it was an original story. Like it was not one of those remake sequel movies that are coming out. It definitely was fully original.
In 2025, is there any actor who, like actor roll call, who stands out as like coming onto the scene, or maybe they've been in the scene for a while, but they really stand out to you at the moment? I know it's been a couple of years, but like Austin Butler's popping up a lot. Pedro Pascal's popping up a lot.
I'm trying to think. I mean, Pedro's the first one that comes to my mind, but like, I don't want to. That's not my answer. I don't want Pedro to be my answer. Honestly, a
boring answer.
Yeah, I don't want Pedro to be my answer because he's been in everything. You know who I wouldn't say that he's actually a little bit. Joseph Quinn.
That was gonna be my answer.
Yeah. Joseph Quinn is by far my favorite part of Fantastic Four.
And you did or didn't watch Stranger Things?
I watched the first couple seasons. I did not see Joseph Quinn in it.
Yeah.
Him in Warfare.
Yeah.
I think was fantastic. So yeah, like he's not new by any means. He's been around. Yeah, and Gladiator 2.
Now, I mean,
I feel like he's really popping
very
up.
quick. I'm trying to think of anyone else who, I mean, like, sure, Tom Holland and young people who have transitioned into the Avengers fast, but Joseph Quinn is going from lesser known projects to an Avengers movie in a pretty short time span.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's not new this year by any means. He's been around for a while, but
I think it's a good answer.
Really starting to, like, I am starting to see him in films, and he's starting to be the thing that I notice the most. Like he's like the character that I notice the most.
Honestly, everyone from Fantastic Four, outside of Pedro, who's been in the limelight for a while, but Joseph Quinn, Eben, and Vanessa Kirby have all been on the, in my opinion, more so outskirts. They've been in some bigger franchises, but I feel like they are being thrust into what they deserve.
No, for sure. I think Eben specifically, like I love The Bear, and he's in The Bear. He's a significant character.
Way softer in The Bear, or in Fantastic
Four.
Oh,
100%. He is not a horrible person in The Bear, but he is like very rough around the edges, like has an attitude.
And you can't see his face in Fantastic Four, but he's kind of adorable.
Yeah,
and how he speaks.
He's like gentle, like a gentle giant.
Uncle,
like, here, Rockman, hold my child, my CGI baby.
Yeah. And then David Cornsweet hasn't been in as many projects as some of the other ones, but his life has changed.
Yeah, I had never heard of David Cornsweet until.
Did you never watch I feel like it's a core memory in like 2019, 2020 to watch The Politician. I don't know if you ever watched that.
I haven't seen it.
With, I think it was before people got tired of, what's Dear Evan Hansen?
Oh, Ben Platt.
Ben Platt. It was a Ben Platt. It was like a fever dream of a show.
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never heard of David Cornsweet until he got cast as Superman. I have never seen any of his other projects. And now he's the only thing on my TikTok, which I'm not angry about.
Yeah. So. Do you obviously know who Nicholas Hoult was before?
Yeah. I've seen a lot of Nick Hoult.
I'm just happy for him though, because he's been in X-Men, he's been in all these things, but he's not quite at the level that he deserves to be at.
Yeah, he's not like a leading type of. I mean, I thought he played a great Lex Luthor.
It's so good. when the music is crescendoing, I don't know if that's the right word, and he's saying 1A.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
repeating 1A.
exactly.
Probably my favorite part of the
Yeah,
movie.
no, I think that David Cornsweet definitely deserves his flowers, but Nick Holt playing Lex Luthor
is who he is for a reason.
Almost stole it. Yeah. Stole the show for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
His bald head. I just want to rub it.
Well, awesome. That was fun, and we're looking forward to the rest of 2025. But thanks for joining and talking about movies with me. We do this every other day of the week, so
yeah, no, this feels like every other day. Yeah. Well, cool. Everybody go get an AMC membership.
If there's one thing we're gonna do today, it's knock on your door and sell you on AMC A-List Stubs membership. $20 a month, see 2 movies a month, and you've basically paid for it.
It's literally worth every penny.
Yes, and go see new, different movies that you're not used to seeing.
No, you should watch I'm Still Here. I need you to watch
I do need to watch I'm Still Here.
That's very good.
Oh, maybe I should pick out a 2025 movie that you haven't seen.
Ooh, yeah, we should trade.
Okay, let's do that.
Pick a good one. I'm not watching. Wait.
I don't really have them listed. Another Simple Favor. That's who you're watching.
That did not come out in 2025.
Yes, it did.
Oh, I'm thinking of the first one.
Yeah, this is the second one, and it's almost fun by how insane it is.
So listen, I have morals and values as a person, and
cannot support Blake Lively as a person.
Yeah, or Anna Kendrick for that matter.
Kendrick.
So pick a different one.
Okay. Maybe it's not necessarily as fun, but Black Bag is a good movie.
Okay. Black Bag. Cool. I've never even heard of that one.
Yeah, it's a good one. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and stay tuned for more. Thanks. Bye.